I can create new workflows using Power Automate from SharePoint or from OneDrive for Business. I have a document here, and I would actually like to automate it with a workflow. And when I choose Automate with the document selected, I see the flows that already have been created and that I've used. I can also see those same flows here under Automate Request, Sign Off Request Approval in Teams, Request Manager Approval. Those are all existing flows that I can now use with any file that I have here. But instead, I'm going to choose Power Automate and create a flow, because the flow I want to create is to be able to post a message in Teams for a selected file. Obviously, this uses SharePoint and Microsoft Teams, so it posts a message to Teams that includes a link back to this file. Here are my two connections. They're the ones I wish to use, so I'm going to click Continue. So here we have a site address, so I could choose a different site if I wished, and a library name. This is the message, and what is the message to send to channel, and I can say, please review the attached file within 3 days. That gives me a nice stock message I can use over and over again. Now Power Automate is getting the properties of the selected file, the ID, and that's because we want to create a URL to direct people to it. Now the question is, how do I post it? Notice that this is still in preview, so don't be surprised if what you see is labeled differently or has a different set of options. I have two primary choices. One is that it should post as the user. It should post as me. Now if I do this, it will look like I typed the message, and I attach the file. If I'm doing something that's more administrative, like do this within 3 days, I tend to have Flowbot do it, because in Microsoft Flow, it will be clear that this came from an automated process, not from Jenny. I want to post this in a channel, and I can do channel with the Flowbot in a group chat, or custom value here channel is fine. I can post it in Kinetico, which is my organization-wide team, and I'm going to choose in Kinetico, the general channel. If I'd chosen a different team, for example, field service, then I would see their channels. So choose team first, then choose a channel, and the channel I'm going to use here is general. It's going to put the message in. That's this message here, and then it will put in the name, which is actually going to link back to this particular file. Let's click Save. Your flow is ready. Recommend you test it. No errors or warnings in the flow checkers, so let's save and leave. And it will run when it's triggered. Well, how do I want to trigger this? Let's go back to residential sales. Let's choose Automate. Post a message to Microsoft Teams for a selected file. Not just for that file I selected my friends, but again, this is going to be available with a single file selected, even if it's a different file. But this is the file that made me think that it might be slick to automate this. So let me make sure that only Kinetico palette is selected a single file. Automate. Post a message to Teams. Continue. Now it's ready to run the flow. If I wish, I can accept the messages here simply by hitting Tab, or I can type a different message over top of it. So I could say, please review this palette, and ensure that your presentation templates use these colors. And I'm going to go back and edit this and say, please review this template by June 30th and ensure that your presentation templates use these colors. So I'm all set. I'm going to run this flow. Flow's already been started. That's cool. So how will I know if it works? We would launch Microsoft Teams, go to the appropriate team and channel, and view the post that was created. Here we are in Teams in the appropriate channel. And here is my posted message. It's identified with the Flow bot icon, but it has profile name via Flow, the text that I entered, and a link back that opens up the file in SharePoint. While we're here in Teams, it's worth noting that from Teams, you can add Power Apps, Flow, or Power BI directly to Microsoft Teams.